Okay, my bookish baddies, I read it, I sat with it. It's time to talk about The Dead of Summer by Ryan LaSala. First of all, let me just start off by saying this was giving Stranger Things vibes, and I don't know if it's because I read this book at the same time that I like watched the final episode, like around the same time that like Stranger Things was going on. And so I was like, wow, like there's teenagers involved, there's like an island that's happening, some crazy, strange things are going on, and the government is getting involved. I don't know. So in this book, we're like on an island, right? And the people from the island tend to get sick, and so they tend to leave the island, and oftentimes they don't return, if you catch my drift, because they're sick. So there's something going on. Is it in the water? Is it like, what's going on? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. We're trying to figure it out. This book gave me a fever dream. It felt like I was in a fever dream. I felt like and sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, there's things that it was like too on the nose. You know, it was like too on the nose. But I still feel like I couldn't help being like, you know, it was such an easy read. It was a fun read. I listened to this in tandem, so I read it in tandem with the audiobook, and the audiobook was engineered wonderfully. Sometimes I felt like the narrator voices didn't really match like my version of the characters, but that's not here or there, you know what I mean? That's just like my personal preference. But the engineering, like, you know, when it's like, oh, they're playing a recording of, but in the audiobook you hear it as the recording. It was just so well done. Ugh. Oh my God, this was the first book that I read in 2026. I'm excited. If this is the tone of the books that I'm going to be like, I started off this year so good, like on a high.